drive around the country or even your town and you're going to see solar panels on rooftops. And you might be wondering, should I install them on my home? Or maybe you're thinking about buying a house that already has solar panels on it and you're not sure if that's a good thing or a potential headache. If that sounds like you, you're not going to want to miss today's video. We're diving into the real pros and cons of having rooftop solar panels and how they impact homeowners and home buyers right here in the Charlottesville and Shenandoah Valley of Virginia. So let's go ahead and get started right now. Hi, my name is Lesley. Along with my husband, Stephen, we've been helping folks buy and sell real estate for over 20 years. We absolutely love getting your phone calls, emails, and texts. So if you're thinking about selling or buying a home here in the Charlottesville area or the Shenandoah Valley of Virginia, make sure you hit that subscribe button and touch that bell icon so you don't miss an episode of Virginia Mountain to Valley Living. Now, let's dive into some of the details because solar panels are one of the most talked about home features today. Before we break down the pros and the cons, let's talk about why solar panels are suddenly everywhere. You've probably noticed more of them across Virginia and really across the country. Many homeowners are looking for ways to save money on their rising energy costs. And at the same time, more people are becoming environmentally conscious. And here's something interesting. I've even heard people in some parts of the country say that solar panels are becoming a status symbol. Who knew? What do you think? Have you heard that solar panels make your home look more appealing in the neighborhood? Or let me know in the comments below. I mean, I'm really interested to hear what your take on solar panels is. From a real estate perspective, though, in certain markets, homes with solar panels can sometimes sell faster because buyers like the idea of renewable energy. But, and this is really, really important, those homes don't always sell for more money. Not every buyer views solar panels as a positive thing, which is exactly why we need to look at both sides of this today. So let's talk about the pros of having solar panels. Let's start with the money side, because let's be honest, that's the number one reason most homeowners consider solar panels. When you install solar panels, you're essentially prepaying for electricity. Instead of relying 100% on your local utility company, you're generating some, maybe not all, but some of your own power. That means your monthly electric bills may drop. And for a household that spends around $150 to $200 a month on electricity, that can add up to tens of thousands of dollars in saving over the lifespan of the solar system. No. On top of that, there are federal tax credits and sometimes even state or local incentives that reduce your out-of-pocket costs. In fact, Virginia residents may qualify for programs that help offset the installation expenses. But here's the catch. There's always a catch, right? Here's the catch. You've got to do the math for your situation. Some things to consider are, how are you going to pay for this system? Is it going to be cash or a loan? If it's a loan, what will the monthly payments look like over 15 or 20 years? Will your savings in electricity cover that payment? What about the cost of batteries? If you decide to add a battery backup, because honestly, why would you want solar panels if you don't have a battery backup system? Because when the electricity goes out, you still want electricity, right? And that's one of the reasons why solar panel is pretty appealing. For example, let's talk about installation costs. A typical installation for a 2,000 square foot home might run you anywhere from $25,000 to $30,000. If you finance that with a long-term loan, the monthly payment may or may not make financial sense compared to your electric bill. But from a home buyer's perspective, walking into a property where the panels are already paid off can be a huge bonus. They get the energy savings without the upfront costs, and that can make a home stand out in a very competitive market. And we still have that around here. The second big pro is the environmental impact. Solar energy is renewable, clean, and sustainable. For eco-conscious buyers, that's a major selling point. Having solar panels can reduce your household's carbon footprint and show real commitment to greener living. There's also the energy independence factor. Many homeowners like the idea of not being fully dependent on the grid. While most rooftop systems in Virginia are still grid tied, pairing solar panels with a battery backup can provide you more stability. If you live in a neighborhood where like storms or hurricanes or outages are common, not like around here for the most part, but this can give you real peace of mind if you live in an area where the electricity goes out a lot. So let's move on to the third pro. The third pro is the potential increase in resale value. Now, let's talk about resale value. Some studies suggest that homes with solar panels sell for about 4% to 6% more than comparable homes without them. Why is that? Well, because for the right buyer, solar panels are seen as a long-term cost-saving upgrade, much like a renovated kitchen or a brand new HVAC system. If the panels are in good condition and owned outright, they're not leased, they can definitely make your property more attractive. And here in the Charlottesville area in the Shenandoah Valley, we're seeing more buyers specifically ask about homes with solar panels. But, and this is really important, they usually only see it as a plus if the panels are owned outright. If they're leased, buyers can really get nervous about assuming the contract, and that can actually make your home harder to sell. We've talked about some pros of having and owning solar panels. Let's talk about the cons of having solar panels. And let's get into con number one. And that is the high upfront cost and the long payoff time that's associated with solar panels. Now, let's flip the script and talk about the downsides of owning solar panels. In my opinion, and this is only my opinion, the biggest con is the upfront costs and how long it takes to break even. Even with tax credits and incentives, solar installation is a serious investment. Depending on your home size and system and design, you could easily spend $15,000 to $30,000 or more. And while yes, your monthly utility bills may shrink, it often takes 8 to 15 years to see a full return on your investment. If you're planning to sell your home in the short term, you may not get back your money. The risk to your roof and the insurance issues is also going to be included in our second con. So con number two, and that is your roof and your insurance issues. And this is something most homeowners don't even think about, because all they're thinking about is lowering their electricity costs. But installing solar panels means drilling holes in your roof, which can create potential weak spots. If installation isn't done perfectly, it could cause leaks and water damage or even structural problems to your roof. And it may take a little bit of time, and somewhere down the road this may happen, but it could eventually happen. The type of roofing materials that you use matters as well. If you've got a slate roof or let's say cedar shakes on your roof, installation is going to be a lot more complicated and riskier. On top of that, insurance companies don't always treat solar panels in the same way. Some carriers may even raise your premiums while others may limit your coverage. So if a panel gets damaged on your roof, let's say you have a hailstorm or high winds, replacing that solar panel isn't cheap. And here's another thing to keep in mind. If you ever need to replace your roof, the panels will need to be removed and reinstalled, and that's going to add thousands of dollars to that job. So something to think about there. Let's go ahead and get started on the third con. So the third drawback is that solar panels have limitations and inefficiencies. They don't work equally well on every house. Let's say your roof is shaded by large trees and faces the wrong direction, or it doesn't have enough surface area on your roof, or maybe the panels may not just generate enough power to make the investment in them, and it's just not worthwhile. So another limitation to think about is technology. A system installed 10 years ago may already be outdated compared to more modern or more efficient designs. Buyers may see an older system on your house as a liability rather than a benefit. And remember, unless you add a battery backup, most systems in Virginia are not tied to the grid. That means if the power goes out in your neighborhood, your home still goes dark, even if it's sunny outside. So something to think about. That fact actually surprises a lot of homeowners. What do you think? Is investing in rooftop solar panels a smart move? Ask yourself, are you planning on staying in your home long term? Is your roof in good condition right now, or is it due for replacement soon? Are you comfortable with the upfront costs and the payoff timeline that's involved? And are you willing to possibly void your roof warranty in exchange for potential long-term savings? If the answer is yes, solar panels could be a good fit for you. But if you're planning to move soon, and if your roof isn't ideal, or if you're worried about future maintenance and insurance, it might not be the right choice for you. And from a real estate standpoint, we are seeing buyers in Charlottesville and the Shenandoah Valley get more curious about solar. For some, it's a selling point, but for others, it's still a red flag. That's why it's so important to look at both sides before making a decision. So if you're thinking about buying or selling a home with solar panels, or you just kind of want to know how they'll impact your property value, I encourage you to give us a call. Send us a text, shoot us an email. We'd love to help you navigate the process and make the best decision for your family. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button and tap that bell icon so you never miss an episode of Virginia Mountain to Valley Living, where we cover things we need to know about real estate and other things in the Charlottesville and Shenandoah Valley. I really appreciate you watching today, but until next time, I'll see you around town.